Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and breaking news. The US House has passed the law to provide aid package to Ukraine, Israel, and actually Taiwan too. But particularly about of this 95 billion is actually going to Ukraine. So according to the news, and basically it's breaking everywhere, especially on X, all the pro-Ukrainians are super happy and super angry at the same time. They're angry about those Republicans that did not vote yes. Anyway, the bill will provide $60.84 billion for Ukraine, or at least address the conflict in Ukraine. And 23. So basically, there is a breakdown. According to this article, they wrote 23 billion to replenish U.S. weapons stock and facilities, 26 billion for Israel, 9.1 billion for humanitarian needs, and 8.12 billion. So it's very confusing the way how you write it. So I show you what is the actual thing. So this is actually the PDF from the Speaker of the House. Basically, this actually writes in summary what the bill is about. So there is the Israel one. Israel one, they are going to give 4 billion to so we skip Israel first. I know you guys are interested in Ukraine, so you do Ukraine first. So 60 billion to address the conflict in Ukraine. However, it's not $60 billion to Ukraine. I think people need to realize this. I think a lot of the pro-Ukrainian people did not realize this. So it's not 60 billions given directly to Ukraine. It's not. So 79% of it is actually going back to United States. It's actually to the US defense industrial base. So there's a few things. First, all financial assistance to Ukraine will now become a loan. So they are expecting Ukraine to give back the money someday, maybe. And then they also expected the government of United States, the administration, to create a strategy, some kind of a KPI, the key performance indicator within 45 days on establishing some achievable objective with matrix to define and prioritize the US security interests in relation to the conflict in Ukraine. So the Congress wants to know what is the national security concerns in the war of Ukraine. So, and then they want to increase in-person monitoring, which clearly will not happen. And then they want the partners and allies to pay their fair share through cost matching requirements, which I'm not sure how they're going to do that. And of course, somehow increasing the fiscal limit on several presidential drawdowns, so giving Biden a bit more power. 13.4 billion is to replenish the stockpile, the Americans' own stockpile. 7.3 billion is actually for US military operation in the region, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure how is this 7.3 billion spent. Is it on fuel and additional bonuses for the soldiers operating over there? No, not too sure. Is there no American personnel within Ukraine that they need to pay extra salary? It's unclear. These are all not very clear, and I'm not sure how the Congress decide how much money is needed. Like, shouldn't it be requested by the military on what they need, and then the Congress have to approve? So the administration have to propose, then the Congress approve it. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how it works. I didn't really scrutinize it that much. So this is then 13.9 billion procure advanced weapon system, defense articles, and defense services. So this is kind of also very unclear. And there's 13.7 billion for purchasing US defense system for Ukraine. So this is directly to Ukraine. And 26 million. So this is not billion. This is million for oversight and accountability of aid and equipment provided to Ukraine. So they're going to spend 26 million to try to keep track of the stuff that they give to Ukraine. You have to spend money to keep track, and there's a lot of money too. So yeah, so only 13.7 billion is actually directly to Ukraine, and even all this money is going to be a loan so Ukraine will have to pay them back. Yeah, so it's not that much money actually going to Ukraine. It's 60.8 billion is a nice number, but most of it actually goes back to United States. So United States. I think even this one is actually United States, and I'm not sure if this procurement of advanced weapon systems is it for Ukraine or is it for America, and then why is it inside this act? It's weird. Yeah, so this is the real money that is actually given. Pro Ukrainians get very excited about this, but it's really not that much, to be honest. So the Israel one is more interesting. 4 billion to replenish the Iron Dome and the David Sling missile defense system. So it's interesting that all these names is is American systems, but they have Israeli naming conventions. So 1.2 billion for the Iron Beam defense system and 3.5 billion for the advanced weaponry system. So this is something similar to the one to the Ukraine, 3.5 billion. Not exactly sure what is this again. So $1 billion for the artillery ammunition, and then 4.4 billion again defense article and defense services. So this one also not so sure. So it's actually combined, it's already $7.9 billion for this unclear thing. 2.4 billion for current US operations in response to recent attack. Why do they need extra money for responding? To buy ammunition or equipment, but that will be a different thing, right? So why do they need extra money? I sometimes this kind of thing so weird. Like, aren't everybody on contract, so the money shouldn't change? $9 billion for worldwide humanitarian aid. What is this inside the Israel, like worldwide humanitarian aid? That's so weird. 400 million to help secure non-profit institution in USA from the increasing threat, including from the increased threat of anti-Semitism. Okay, a lot of weird stuff. And prohibit funds to the UNRWA. Okay, so they're not going to give money to UNRWA, and then they're going to provide flexibility in terms of transfer of defense articles to Israel from US stockpile. So they're going to give. So this actually confirms that they're going to give more to Israel and from the US stockpile. So this is the key thing. The Taiwan one is a bit more, also very interesting, more interesting than the Ukraine one. So they're going to spend 3.3 billion to build a submarine infrastructure. So they're going to build a submarine base, probably somewhere new. And then they're going to have $2 billion financing program for Taiwan and key allies, probably Philippines. So not sure what is this 2 billion going to do. Then 1.9 billion for replenishing of their defense stuff, so maybe spare parts and everything. So $500 million for US military capabilities strengthened. I'm not sure what is this supposed to mean. Construction work, building more trenches, I'm not sure. And $133 million to enhance production of artillery and critical munition. This is interesting because I felt that this is actually something relating to the Ukraine war rather than the Taiwan one. But they slot it in here, but they're still going to produce the artillery and critical munition, which will then be given to Ukraine. But yeah, maybe. And then additional flexibility for foreign military financing loans and loan guarantees. I think this one is provided to Philippines and Taiwan. So yeah, so this is basically the main gist of the key parts where people are getting very excited. So hope you realize or learn something. I personally for those that are focusing on the Ukraine war, I don't think this is that exciting. I mean, it's still a lot of money, like 13.7 billion. You can buy a number of Patriot systems, but Patriot systems are not going to help you defend and win the war, or at least defend effectively. So yeah, they need to find better ways to spend this money, but I don't know. What do I know? Thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next update.